Hey everyone, Michael here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to add support clusters onto your charts. I have used these for some massive profits over the past few years, and they are simple enough that anyone can learn how to use them. Now let's get started. You guys are going to head on over to TradingView and you guys are going to open up Fibonacci retracement levels. Once you guys click the magnet on here, you're going to actually go and use the monthly chart. You guys can use the weekly chart, but I prefer the monthly chart because it gets everything down onto your screen here. Now you're going to go to the lows from November of 2011. You're going to drag it all the way up here to the highs we experienced last year at about $69,000 or so. You guys are going to make sure that the fib levels based on log scale are turned off at first, okay? Next, you're going to go from the lows all the way over here to 2015. Do the same thing over and over again. Same thing over here, December 2018. And again over here from the COVID lows of 2020, all the way going back up to $69,000, okay? Now, you're going to redo this again. Start from the bottom, work your way back up, but this time you're going to hit the settings bar and actually click fib levels based on log scale. You're going to want to turn that on here. All right, and you can see how it changes up just a little bit. Now every time you do it again, you're actually going to see it stay the same. So now if you go back over here, this is also going to be fib levels based on log scale. It's going to be turned on. Now you're going to do this 2 more times until you have a whole bunch of Fibonacci retracement levels on your chart. All right. Now, here's where you can actually get off of the monthly chart and start going over to the weekly chart or the daily charts. You're gonna hit auto, let it zoom in just a little bit here. And the cluster that we're talking about here, you are looking for a cluster of 3 or more Fibonacci retracement levels. That's usually a pretty solid level to buy here. So if we go back over here, because since we're using the 69,000 level as our high here, you can only use this level from everything after this point. So this only is applicable after November of 2021, okay? And every time we had a cluster, buying opportunity, a buying opportunity, a buying opportunity, cluster down here, buying opportunity. You'll notice right here, no cluster, no buying opportunity, okay? So what I like to do after this, and what I normally will have on my charts, is this. You're gonna go down here. You're gonna go over to the rectangle tool, and you're going to draw a rectangle from the top Fibonacci level line to the bottom one over here and just kind of drag it out a little bit. And you're going to do this over and over and over again. And then I'm going to show you guys how to actually use this to make a pretty significant amount of money here. Remember, no cluster, no 3 right there. So you're going to skip it. And we can go right here as a cluster. Actually, there's a cluster right here. It's just kind of separated out a little bit. There you go. Now you guys can see that. Cluster right there. And if we really want to get down that low, isn't there another cluster? Yes, there is, but it's really, really low, isn't it? Very, very low. Okay, there we go. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, you guys can see a bunch of different clusters. Now, what I'm actually going to do is take away all of these levels. Clean up the screen a little bit. There we go. And this is how I like to trade. Anytime we break into this level, I start buying and I start planning to hold for about a week to 2 weeks out. You can see right here within the next week, we were making profits, still above profits if you guys buy in that zone. This only works for the first time you come into contact with that support level. You can see over here, it didn't really do much. In fact, this whole support level turned into a resistance level for us. Next time it happened over here, you want to start buying in this zone. A couple weeks later, or even a few weeks, a week later, you guys are going to be in the profit. And you can use this for actually any altcoin you guys want to. You're just using the Bitcoin chart. Same thing right here. We dipped into it, and guess what? We had a strong bounce. If Bitcoin heads back down here towards, let's say, 14,867, or even a little bit lower than that to 14,637, that again is going to be a big opportunity for you guys to buy. And you guys could even use the daily charts here. You'll notice that this time we didn't really break down too heavily, but we did break down into it, and that was the big buying signal here after this major crash. Big buying signal. You guys hold on just a little bit. You guys can buy in the middle here for all I care, and you're still walking with 15% profit. Altcoins, you're going to be walking away with a whole bunch more profit, of course, but I want you guys to understand that if you guys buy in these clusters, just a few days later, you're up 20% on Bitcoin. If you hold on a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more there, but you guys are going to be walking with some really solid profits. This has been very, very useful during this last cycle. The next big move that we're going to be having here is if Bitcoin heads down towards $15,000 or more precisely $14,910.